Welcome to Doing Slideshow. We are the manufacturer of the waste tire, waste plastic, pyrolysis equipment. If you are interested in this business, you can contact with us. And now we're gonna to share some information about these medical waste, how to recycle them, and what kind of products we can get. What is the technique of this pyrolysis business? Let's have some introduce about our own company. We are located in Zhengzhou City, Henan Province, China, and we have our own factory. You can come here to visit the more details of the equipment. Our factory is just more than 40,000 square meters. You can come here, and there are many prototypes of different products, different raw materials, and different capacities. It's very convenient for you to have a check of each kind of equipment. That's the environmental protection has always been a very hot topic in the world, and our company has been committed to the manufacture of environmental protection environments for more than 10 years. We are founded in 2011. And now we have a history of 13 years. We have our customers that more than 120 countries. So there are some honor we get. And just for you, if you are not very convenient to come here, to come our factory, you can come to our client's factory to know more details of our equipment and how it works, and does it work well, what is the service life of the equipment, what is the quality of the products, and the yield of different kind of raw materials. So what kind of materials that our equipment can deal with? The most common one, the waste tire and waste plastic. Well, these two kinds is just belong to the solid waste. And we have different kinds of the tire, from the motorbike, from the bicycle, or from the truck, a car, and the oil yield is almost 30 to 45. It will depend on different kinds of the tire. And the plastic, there are many kinds of the plastic. So because the oil yield will depend on the material, so we can't just talk you about the oil yield at a very clear data. Like if you get the pure PPPPS, then the oil yield can reach to 90% to 95%. But if you chose like the medical waste, there's some kind of plastic in it, then the oil yield will depend on what kind of plastic you get. Or some of our customers will choose the paper mail waste. And this is also a kind of plastic. If your material is the dry material, then we can get the oil yield is more than 60%. But if your material has much more water contained, then the oil yield is 20%, sorry. So this belong to the plastic and just the water contained and the oil contained. And if you don't want to know what is your yield of your raw material, you can send your plastic, send your tire to our factory. We can give you experiment of this. We have the prototype to test the oil yield and the quality of your materials and your products. This is one of the service that we can give for you. We have two workshops of the factory. One is a production workshop, and the other workshop is the warehouse for parts to be delivered. If you come here, you can see. We just suggest that if you want to buy a kind of the equipment, it's better for you to come to their own factory to see the technique, the material they use, and the quality of their equipment, how to build like a furnace, how to build a reactor, that you can have a comparison of different company, because it's have related to the service life, the safety environment, and the quality, the price of your equipment. Just our company is founded in 2011 in March 15, and now we have the customers that more than 120 countries all over the world. You can see this is a map to show our customers. Here is in China, and just we have our customers in each continent, and we also have a subsidiary company in Africa and Nigeria. So here we have many of our customers. It's very convenient to communicate with our sales manager in Africa. And also we have our customers in Europe, like here, because it's just a hot business to get this environmental friendly things. There are many waste, like we have other waste like the solar panels, lithium battery. It's very popular, and there are many more waste need to deal with. So we have many customers have this business in Europe, and also we have some customers in Asia, just here. In the Asia that our customers, most of them are to deal with the solid waste and hazard waste to get this pyrolysis system. And also we have our customers and from the American countries, like we have our fully continuous pyrolysis plant in America, in Russia, in India, in Kazakhstan, or other countries. Just because our customers are different, they bought the different type to deal with different raw materials, and they have different capacities. So you can tell us what you are planning to have your business, and we can give you some introduce about the policies, the environmental things, and some market that depends on your regions. Just if you want to contact with us, and now in the common place we have our WhatsApp and email. You can contact with us directly, or you can leave your private message to us to send your requirements. If you want to, for example, you want to get the fully continuous pyrolysis plant to deal with the waste, plastic, kind of medical waste, and what license that you need to get. Or if you want to have a oil sludge pyrolysis plant, then is it different between the solid waste and the hazardous waste? And I want to deal with 100 tons of each day. What kind of equipment that I can choose, and how many batch type pyrolysis plant that I need to get, like this kind of questions. You can leave to send a message to us, and our sales manager can give you analysis, and depends on your capacity and your material, give you a program to help you to understand more about your policies and your region's market. And if you want to get the quotation, just the price list, because our customers is different, and our capacity, the material configurations are all different. So just I can't tell you a price for you in a live show. We can give you a price list. If you want to get this, you can all contact with us. So here, like in this map, we have our customers to export our waste tire, waste plastic pyrolysis plant, like in Italy, in France, and in these countries in Europe, and Nigeria, Egypt, in Africa. And also we have our customers in Asia, like in India. Well, India have one of our fully continuous pyrolysis plants for 50 tons per hour per day, and like Pakistan, Thailand, and Southeast Asia. Many of our customers are from Southeast Asia, so our sales manager is very clear about this market there, and about the policies, can give you a detailed introduce about this. And also we have our customers in South America, like in Mexico, in Chile, or other countries. Because like this equipment, we need some license. In China, it's very strict to get the license. Maybe in some province, it's very difficult to get the environmental things license, the certificate. So some of our customers is from China, but they have this business in other countries because they want to get the business, it have a big profit, a large market, but it's not allowed, or it's very hard to have this in China. So just whether you want to get this business, whether in China or abroad, you can all contact with us. We have our manager that just depends for different regions, can talk with you more clear about the policies and some detailed things. Depends on your different countries. So yeah, welcome our new friends here. We are the Doing Group. We're gonna to have a more deep introduce about the plastic pyrolysis equipment. Like we have different kinds of raw materials. Today's topic is about the medical waste. Can the medical waste be recycled to get the pyrolysis machine? And what kind of medical waste? Well, if your material is a medical waste, is kind of difference between other solid waste, like the tire or the plastic, because we need different license to have this. And we need to get the certificate because it's very strict to have strict policies to deal with this kind of things. It is very and what kind of medical waste we can deal with? Well, there are maybe some plastic containing it or the rubber containing it that we can, by using a pyrolysis reactor, by heating it, using the combustion system, and we can get the flue oil and the carbon black from this waste things. This is one of the medical waste. And the oil is kind of different because we have some other contained. If your material have much more water or some other materials that are not plastic or rubber, then it will have an influence of the oil out. And if you have this kind of things, this kind of material, you can all contact with us, and you can send your raw material to our factory, or you can just carry them to our factory, and we can give you an experiment to tell you the oil yield and the quality of your materials, and give you analysis of the profit that you can get if you have this business, depend on your material and your capacity of per day. This is our one of our service that we can give for you, and then we will give you some introduce about different type of equipment that we can choose. If you are have some touch with this business, you can know that well, the oldest pyrolysis machine is the batch type pyrolysis equipment that we can have one batch for 1 day of this efficiency. And this is just the oldest, but many of our customers will choose this. It can deal with many kinds of the raw materials. Like if your material is a medical waste, there are other materials that contain in it, like some the wood or the some materials that are not plastic or the rubber, for example, the glass or some other metals that we all can use this batch type pyrolysis machine to deal with this, because we don't need to get some much more pre-processed work because about the standard of the raw material is very low, that we can choose a batch type pyrolysis plant to deal with not only the medical waste and other like the different kinds of the tire and like the paper mill waste or the garbage of our daily life or the construction waste, we all can choose a batch type pyrolysis plant and put the raw material to the reactor and just close the feeding door and heat the reactor. Then we can have the flue gas after pyrolysis, and then by using the condensation system to cool down the oil, cool down to the oil. And this is the principal set of our business. And this is for the batch type, and let's have a look at the batch type pyrolysis plant. Here is one of our customers in Mexico that because her material is plenty of to deal with for one day, so he have a 6 line of the batch type pyrolysis plant. This is a feeding door, and the slagging waste they use is a side slag. You can see this is a slagging door, and the yellow pipe is for the smoke, the gas that we need to release. The gas after kind of combustion system. The smoke will come from here and go to the purification system to purify it, and then can reach to the different standards of different regions. This is the batch type, and the capacity is, the smallest one is 100 kilogram per day and 500 kilogram per day. Well, they are the smallest one, almost used for private use or for the experiment, for the test. You want to get the data, or to want to have the some tasks that we want to use. And then we also have the capacity for 1 ton, 2 ton, 5 ton. These are all very small capacity. So if you want to get flue oil, the factory to just have this for private use, then you can also have this. If you want to have a big business, or if you want to just plenty of the material that need to be used, you can have 10 ton, 12 ton, 15 ton, 20 ton. This is this type that we can give for you. That our sales manager suggests that if, for example, if your material is the waste tire, that we can choose the 15 ton per day. And if your material is the plastic, because it's much the quality is much more light than the tire, so you can choose the 18 ton or 20 ton. Because the tire is very heavy and the equipment is also very heavy. It's 18 ton to 20 ton, so it's very hard to about this resistant things about the stress. So we suggest that you can get the 15 ton, or you can ask that why I can choose the 5 ton, 10 ton, or 12 ton. Because the cost that you run this equipment, like you run the flue oil, and the cost of the labor and like the energy is almost the same of these 3 kinds of the equipment. But the 15 ton of the equipment can deal with more raw material and have a high efficiency, so that we suggest you can get a 15 ton of the batch type pyrolysis plant. Or the detailed things you need to contact with the sales manager, because just the situation is different of our customers. We will give you the analysis, depends on your material, your workshop, and your capacity. This is some solutions. And why we chose the batch type pyrolysis plant, what is the advantages? Here shows us, like it's very easy to operation, it's very easy to operate. Just we need 1 or 2 workers to feed the raw material, and 1 workers to control the temperature and the pressure of the reactor. And for the condensation system and the purification system, they don't need the labor, they can just work automatically. And for the slagging system, you can choose the 3 ways front slag, side slag, and the back slag. It will depend on your material. Like if your material is the aluminium plastic, that we can't use the back slag, because the back slag we need a slagging winch or a slagging reactor. But if your material is the aluminium plastic, one of the products is aluminium ingot. And ingot is much more large than other powders. It's not very easy to slag it by using the winch, or it will clog the winch, the screw inside. So we can choose the front slag or side slag. And this is all we can just build for you. We are the manufacturer, and all the equipment are just found in our factory. So we can give you the program, the analysis, because the cost of the slagging ways and the efficiency is different. We can just read the requirements, give you a deep introduce of the different ways, what is the advantages and what is the disadvantages, and what method that you chose can reach to a high efficiency. And also it's cost effectively because between these three kinds of the equipment, this batch type, the technique is much more easy and much more earlier. So it's very cheap than this two kinds of the continuous equipment. It's cost effectively and it's good stability. You can have a comparison between different factory, different companies' equipment. Well, some of our clients that tell us that they have bought other equipment from other companies, but they only use for half of the year, or just not nearly 1 year, and the reactor is broken, and or the state is just changed. So it's very dangerous to have this business, and we need to change the reactor more frequently, and just a big cost of this. So just you need to comparison of this, like what material they use of the reactor and what the technique they use, like this. That we can tell you that our reactor we can use for the batch type is 3 to 5 years. Well, there is a different. It will depend on just how many hours you use per day and what materials you choose. Maybe some of the material they are corrosive, and like the heating ways you use, the negative or the just different ways you choose. So also, if you want to get this, you can just contact with us and give you a deep introduce. Because in the live show, we can just have some brief introduce about a different type and what service that our Doing Rope can give for you. And welcome our new friends. Any questions you have, you can just leave in the comment place, or you can send the private message to us, give you a deep introduce of this. And the fourth advantages of the batch type, the multiple use. Just as I said before, different kinds of the raw material, like the waste tire, waste plastic, oil sludge, medical waste, or some mixed equipment, or we can use the batch type pyrolysis plant to deal with them. Because we don't need to have much more pre-processed service, don't need to just crash the tire to the rubber powder, don't need to just shred the plastic to the particles of the plastic. You can just put this material in the reactor like this. It is a big empty reactor inside, or it have some screw inside to just have this pyrolysis business. And this is why many of our customers chose the batch type pyrolysis plant. And you can see here it is a technique of our batch type pyrolysis plant, what raw materials that we can get, and what products that we can get. you can see here is a material, the waste tire, waste plastic, or other like the waste rubber. Then we can use this pyrolysis plant to get this pyrolysis oil. And oil we can use at heating in energy, the cement plant, steel plant, glass factory, or bricks factory, or using at the blower. This is a way that we can use. Also, the oil we can use, we can refine it if you want to just high up the quality of your products. That we can get a waste oil distillation machine. Then we can get the diesel. The diesel we can use at the tractor, ship, blower, or some agricultural machine, mining machine, this kind of places. Also, the distillation not only can deal with the pyrolysis oil, it can also have the black oil, heavy oil, like the waste engine oil, the waste lubricating oil, or some medical waste oil. Not medical, the construction waste oil. This is what our equipment can do and what products we can get, just why we can have this business. Okay, let's go on. Let's have introduce about the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. Also, our material can choose the fully continuous one. Also, if your material is medical waste, it's very strict to get to the standards to have this, because we need to have pre-processed, and there are not much more other plastic, other material inside. For example, medical waste may have many of the glass or the iron or other silver inside. So it's not very suitable to get the continuous one. But if your material, much of the material is the plastic, we can have this. But we need to have some pre-process to crush it to the particles, the small particles of the plastic. That we can ensure it can just feed the raw material and to have the pyrolysis system and to discharge the carbon black at the same time. It can use for 24 hours without stop and can work 45 to 60 days. This is one of the picture of the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. Here is the reactor. You can see it is much more longer than the batch type pyrolysis plant. For the 50 ton of the fully continuous one, it is 26 meters. It has two sections. In the middle of it is the high temperature resistant tub to have a resistance of the treasure. And the burner ways at the very beginning, just this customer use is 8 burner and 10 tail gas burner. But now we renew the technique. We can use the hot wind furnace to have a more evenly and more controlled temperature system. This is a heating ways. And why we chose the fully continuous waste plastic pyrolysis plant? Because it has much more advantages. Like it's the newest technique. It's more environmental friendly, have a high efficiency of the production, and have the biggest capacity between these three kinds of the plant. And about the capacity, the biggest one is 50 ton per day. If you have much more material that need to deal with, you can choose the 50 ton. The 50 ton is for the rubber powder. If your material is the waste tire, we need to crush it to the rubber powder. And 50 ton is we can do with 50 ton of the rubber powder each day. So it means that we can do with more than 60 ton of the a whole tire for 1 day. Because the tire don't only have the powder inside, the rubber inside, also have the steel wire. We need to remove the steel wire at the very beginning at the pre-process service. This is the difference. And this is also we have the 15 ton of the continuous one, 20 ton, 30 ton, or you can choose, depends on your requirements. This is the program that we can give for you. And why it's much more efficiency? Because just like the batch type, we need to discharge carbon black at very low temperature, a safe temperature, lower than 70 degrees almost. But the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, we can discharge the carbon black or the cold powder or other products in a very high temperature. So because the combustion system, we will heat the reactor at more than just 300 degrees. So at this temperature, we can safely discharge the carbon black by using the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. It can save the time to cool down the reactor and to just discharge the carbon black separately. By using the fully continuous one, you can feed the raw material and to have the pyrolysis system and to discharge the carbon black at the same time. So it can work without stop for 45 to 60 days. It's very efficiency than the batch type. Because the batch type, we can get one batch for 1 day. Biggest one is 20 ton. We need to cool down the reactor for nearly 5 hours or to 8 hours if you use the cooling system. This is a waste of the production time. And then this is one of the advantages of the fully continuous pyrolysis plant. And by the way, why it is much more environmental friendly? Do you know why? Because just the waste that we have is from the smoke and from the dust. These are two of the waste things of our business. And about the smoke that we need to release at a standard of different regions, we need to get this purification system. Just like the sulfurization tower or the carbon, the dust, the post-dust collector or the cyclone dust collector. This is the dust, the smoke that we need to purify. And each of the equipment that we all have this the device, but the dust is from the carbon black that is a little bit hard to control. If you chose the front slag, it is not sealed environment to distract it. So maybe have some dust to have this. And if you have the feeding system, the material also have some dust. But if you use the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, you feed the raw material, feed the carbon black or the plastic particles in the sealed winch, and it's a sealed design to feed this to prevent the oxygen into the reactor and prevent the smoke release out of the reactor. And also about the slagging system, we will use here the slagging ways. You can see there are no dust, no smoke release. It'll run in a sealed environment to slag it by the slagging winch. So there are no dust of this carbon black. It's much more environmental friendly of this. This is why most of our customers will choose the fully continuous one nowadays. And so, welcome our new friends. Any questions about this, the batch type pyrolysis plant and the semi-continuous pyrolysis plant? You can just leave your questions to the common place. And this is one of our customers in Chongqing, in China. So if you want to visit here to see our factory, you can also come to our client's factory to see a true production of the products. Here's the advantages that we have for the fully continuous one. The first one is it can work fully automatically because it have a PLC system, and it's much more labor saving, like it's said here. We will use the automatic device, and for the labor saving for the whole process, we only need 1 or 2 workers to get this, and it's much more time because we don't need to cool down the reactor to save much of the time of the production line, and of the continuous production for 24 hours. It also depends on the high temperature slagging ways, and the big processing capacity. You can see this is the biggest machine that we have in our company, and this is 500 ton per hour per day. I'm sorry, this is the smallest one is 15 ton per day. You can have a comparison of the batch type. But the batch type, the biggest one is 20 ton per day. But most of our clients will choose the 15 ton per day of the with tire pyrolysis business. Now here are third type of our company, the waste plastic pyrolysis plant unit. The unit is for smallest capacity, 100 kg per day or 500 kg per day for personal use or for experiment. You can see here is there's a reactor, and here is the vacuum device, and the condensation buffer tank condensation system. And also we can get for you of the purification system, the odor removal system, and also the storage tank of your plant unit equipment. So most of our clients will choose this for personal use. For example, they want to use that their agricultural machine. Some farmers from like in America, Australia, will get this, and also some college will get this for the experiment. It's very easy of the free installation, so you don't need our engineer to come to your factory to help the install progress. And it's cost saving. It's much more cheaper than the batch type pyrolysis plant, and the fully continuous one. It's easy handling. It's very easy to control the system. You just don't need to know the temperature of the reactor and how to just open it. In the test available, you can just, because most of our clients will have this to test their oil yield or how many other components that contains in their, like the waste tire or the plastic. You can see here the tip. Our engineer team can customize your proper solutions based on your actual needs of these. Depends, for example, your what kinds of materials that we can get, because there are many kinds of the materials that all can have this pyrolysis machine. Not only the tire, different kinds of the plastic, because it's very common to see in our daily life. If different kinds of the plastic, from the bag, the plastic bag, the plastic, the paper mill waste, or the box, the tube, or all the plastic things, PP, PE, PS, ABS, are all we can have this. Just by the way, if your plastic have much more PVT or PVC, some PVT bottle, it's not suitable to have this because they're not much more what oil contained, and they are more paraffin inside. So it's very serious things it have to clog the condensation system. So it's not suitable for this two kind of material to have this business. Except this and many other kinds of the plastic, all are suitable and have a high oil yield. Here are some details of the structure of our machine. You can have a look. Like the first one is the material that we use of the reactor and the technique that we have. The first one and second one are all the reactors building equipment. For example, the first one is that the material that we use is 16 millimeter or 80 millimeters boiler plate, or 304, 306 stainless steel. It will depend on your material, like if you have the solid waste, powder, rubber, or the plastic, that we can choose the boiler plate. But if your material is the corrosive thing, oil sludge, coal tar sludge, aluminium, plastic, that is better for you to get the stainless steel. It can have a high temperature resistance, by the way, because like the oil sludge, we need the temperature of 500 or 400 or 500. It's much more higher than the tire and plastic. The better way for the waste tire to get the flue oil is 180 to 320, and for the plastic is 220 to 280. This is the better temperature. Or it's just for reference. It needs to depend on your materials. And also, like this, for the reactor head, here is reactor head. We use the round shape reactor head withstand the high pressure and the high temperature. And this is the how to build a reactor. We use 3-step welding progress and one-piece design, no risk for cracking, and long machine service life. For the batch type pyrolysis reactor, it can run for 3 to 5 years, and the continuous one, the longest of our customers tell us is it can use 8 years. You can see here is the installation cover. For materials of the installation cover, we have changed the material, the technique. For the batch type pyrolysis plant is 3 materials, 3 layers, and the fully continuous one is 6 layers. Because the continuous one we need to work in such a long time, so we need to control the temperature outside, or to have influence of the safety things. Like the multiple fire protection test, this workers is doing these things. This is the inner of the installation cover. This the cement to just guarantee the quality control. Here are the environmental protection device. Many of our customers in the live show will ask about this. Just is it environmental friendly? Do you have some protection device, or do you have the license? Do we need to get the license of the environmental things, or can we get the license? Well, we have this protection device can reach the standards of the smoke release and the dust. It's environmental friendly, don't have such of the pollution. It will depend on this, like the carbon black wind transfer system that can just prevent the dust of the carbon black. The new post-dust removal design, no dust, easy to clean, and this is the exhaust gas cleaning system, or we call the tail gas odor removal system, to purify the gas that the harmful particles that in the tail gas. Because the tail gas, we can just heating it by as a heating energy. You can save your extra heating energy like the syngas or the flue oil. But just if we burn it directly inside the gas, it have some like hydrogen sulfide inside, so we need to purify it, for example, by using the sodium hydroxide. This is why we have this odor removal system. This is a spraying tower to spray the liquid that just contained with the sodium hydroxide. Here the flue gas purification system. Because we have the combustion system to heat the reactor, we need to get this purification to purify the smoke. This is the self-radiation tower. You can see it tells us fiberglass material, long service life, 4 sprays and 4 layers, ceramic filter to remove the sulfur dioxide and the solid particles. This is the materials that we can use if your material is a plastic. Most of the medical waste that we can have to pyrolysis is all the plastic contained, like the pure PP, PEPS, pure plastic couple plastic bag, or pure ABS. You can have a reference about the oil yield. Yes, it also tells us the PET and PVC are not available to have the pyrolysis business. Except this, all other kinds we can use. And it's better for you to get the mixed plastic, or it's very maybe have a serious thing of the blocking of the condensation tube. So we need to get some decoiling system. This is also of our clients concerned. If you want to get this, you can also contact with our sales manager, give you an introduce about this. Here is a solid waste treatment. Well, the waste plastic, the tire, and the medical waste just today we showed us. You can see here many of us, the medical bag are the plastic things, and the tube of the needle are all the plastic, so we can just recycle them. And what products we can get? Well, if your material is a plastic, then we can get the flue oil and the carbon black from it. Also the syngas, also the production. So the syngas, we can use it directly. It can just go back to the heating reactor to heat the furnace. And the flue oil, just as the picture shows, we can use that the cement factory, steel plant, glass plant, this kind of factory as a heating energy. Or it can refine by using this waste oil refining distillation equipment to get the diesel. The diesel we can just use at the reactor, the ship, blower, or the truck. This is what we can use for of the waste flue oil. And also the carbon black. It also have a heating energy, high heating energy, more than 7,000 kcal each kilogram. It can replace the coal to heat different things. And also it's a raw material of the rubber, the paint, all we can sell. The quality and the prices will depends on the mesh of the carbon black. And the other materials contained and oil contained. Okay, and this is what materials that we can, what equipment that we can choose. If you get the mixed with plastic, then we can choose the batch type pyrolysis plant and the left side. And if you want to choose a continuous pyrolysis plant, then we need the pre-process to crash this by using the plastic crusher to crash it to the particles. All this equipment we can get the carbon black, flue oil, and the syngas. And the syngas we can by using this refining plant, or we call this distillation plant, to get this diesel. Well, the quality of the plastic oil, most of them are higher than the with tire oil. So some of our clients get this plastic flue oil and refine it, and can have to reach very high standards of the diesel. This is what can use, just as I said before. And this is the project cases. Like our customers in Yunnan, Chongqing, or in Kazakhstan, this is a fully continuous pyrolysis plant. These three are all fully continuous one for 50 tons per day, the biggest capacity. Also, we have our fully continuous customers in America, in Russia, in Brazil, Kazakhstan, or other countries. This is the one of the combination system in Australia, in Chile, Thailand, Italy. Here is a customer in China, in Hubei province. Just in China, if you want to come to our factory, you can just better for you to visit our client factory. By the way, they are in each province. We have our customers. They are for different type and different raw materials. You can visit. Depends on your materials to see their true production business. And here are some feedback. You can have a look of this. This customer shows. This is the feedback of our engineer. He said we have a good engineer to help them to install the equipment and to train the workers and to help you to just have the debugging work. Just about the installations work, most of us is 20 to 25 days for the install and the test of the equipment, and the worker training is almost 3 to 5 days. Here also the feedback of the engineer, and this is for the customers. The sales manager of this, they said is very professional, very kind, and is very hardworking of this. Just all our managers are very professional. They know more information that we can get from the live show. So if you want to get more data of the market, the policies, and the technique of the equipment, you can talk with them. These customers have a combination of different companies. Here is our service that we can give for you: pre-sale service, on-sale service, and after-sale service. Well, just you can come to our factory, and we can give you a one-to-one equipment configuration plan. Or our customers, our engineer, can give you the plan to the placement site, depends on your workshop. On sale, for the building time is almost 2 months that you can build a whole reactor, whole building, whole equipment. You can check the production conditions of the machine to our factory and communicate with the progress of the equipment manufacturing. And the after-sale service, most of our customers are concerned about this. We have 1 year warranty. Except the spare parts or the material destroy, you can get 1 year warranty. And also our engineer can come to your factory if you need to have the guide, equipment, installation and commission service. Also, this install area, this install time is also always nearly 1 month, 20 to 25 days, and technical training for your workers to help them to know more clear about how to control the stress, control the temperature, and to control the whole equipment. Here is a profile of our company. Well, our live show will have an end in 4 minutes. So let's introduce about our company. We are the Doing Rope, and we are one of the subsidiary of the Doing Rope, Henan Doing Environmental Protection Technology. And then this is for the manufacturer of the pyrolysis plant. We have our own factory, comprehensive environmental equipment manufacturer. We have the technical design, research, development, machine production, sales and after-sales service in one. Our main business, like the solid waste, hazardous waste treatment, waste tire, waste rubber, oil sludge, aluminium, plastic, pyrolysis plant, and also the pyrolysis oil, used oil, engine waste, like the waste engine oil, waste lubricating oil to diesel distillation plant. This is a picture of our workers in the factory. Here is factory's house. Here is our sales manager in our company. Here in our live show. This is some certificate that we get from, like, we have many patents of different device, and we also have our different license, different certificate in each continent. So here are the today's serums of the fully continuous pyrolysis plant, a batch type pyrolysis plant, and is it suitable for the medical waste to recycle and get this business? We have a brief introduce. So just if you have any questions, I don't know is there anybody in my live show. Do you have any questions of this? Well, if you want to get more information, you can contact with our sales manager to get the quotation, get the price list, the technique list, and also other data, the price analysis, the profit analysis, the government analysis, and so on. So here are today's live show, and thank you for your watching today. We will have the live show for a different topic. So you can just follow our account. For example, next week we will give you an introduce of the waste oil sludge pyrolysis plant, how to have a hazardous waste collection business. You're also welcome to come to our live show. Thank you for your watching today. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.